Okay, my name's Brooke, and today we're here to talk about deaf culture. So maybe you don't know much about deaf culture and what it means. That's okay. I'm going to ask some questions and then our deaf panels might explain about deaf culture to you. Okay? So the first question. So when a deaf person comes to your house, what are some of the things that you could do? Does anybody know?
If you're watching TV, you could put the words on the screen. I don't know.
Okay, maybe our deaf panellists might like to respond to that. Okay, you could put what's called the subtitles on the screen. Yes, there's words on the screen, but it's called subtitling. So yeah, you make sure that you've got the subtitles on so that if the deaf person's there, you could watch TV together. So obviously deaf people can't hear when you call out their name, but you want to get their attention. What would you do? How would you get a deaf person's attention?
You might tap them or give them a little nudge to know that you're wanting to talk to them.
Yeah, okay. What about the deaf panellists? What do you think? So that's right, tapping is a good way, a very good way to get a deaf person's attention. It might have to be quite loud or something like that, but you can also flick the lights on and off. So a vibration will get a deaf person's attention, or flicking the lights on and off, or tapping. So how do you think deaf people wake themselves up in the morning? What do you think?
I just believe that everyone's got a body clock, so the body clock might wake them up unless they had a late night.
Okay, over to the deaf panellists. So we have, the way that we wake ourselves up in the morning, we have an alarm, a special alarm, and it has a flashing light on it. The numbers on the clock are quite big and bright, and it also has connected to a vibrating alarm that goes under your pillow as well. Okay, so if, for example, pretend you meet a deaf person and a hearing person meet each other, and the hearing person doesn't know how to sign. What do you think are ways that you could communicate with a deaf person?
You could have a pen and paper in your handbag if you're a girl, or in your pocket if you're a boy.
Okay, you could also use gesture and mime, because if you don't have a pen or paper, you could also get out your mobile phone and type onto your mobile phone the message. So what other things do you know about deaf people, like their technology, how they might communicate to each other, because they can't use a telephone obviously? How do you think they might communicate to each other?
They might be able to send letters and use their phones, as in texting, not calling.
There's also email.
Okay, so there's a number of different ways. There's also a TTY. So if I'm deaf, I would type, and that would be sent to a relay operator, who would take that message and speak it to the hearing person on the other end of the phone. That hearing person would then reply, and that would be typed. There's also the video relay service for interpreting. So an interpreter might be, it's like video conferencing, and they sign, and then that's voiced to the other hearing person. Okay, so that's the last question. Thank you very much for coming and being part of this panel discussion and responding to those questions. Thank you.
What we're going to do is we're going to go out on the oval, you're going to go for a jog, you're going to touch 3 fences, one at that end, one on the far side, one at that end. Concentrate on your upper body, straight.
Okay, so Mardo, the teacher, when he says, he shows how many fingers that he puts up to show how many push-ups or whatever I have to do. So I kind of just look up and I kind of know that, and I just follow the group really, and that's how I keep up with everyone.
Ready, go.
When I was first in that group, it took a while to get to know each other, and there wasn't much communication, but we kind of wave or mime or call out and, hear. Like if we're playing basketball, it's just sort of calling and waving, really, yeah. Like if I compare the deaf with hearing situation, with hearing there's a lot of talking, but with deaf, it's so much better because the communication's so easy. So I try to get involved in the hearing group, but I also like that to be a mixed thing. Yeah, so when we're playing footy, like if everyone's in a pack together, I'll move out to the side and then I just hope other people will look at me waving and kick the ball to me because they won't be able to see me in that pack because it's too competitive and it's too crowded. So if I move out, I'll be seen. And I do call out and they do look up. Yeah, in the future, yeah, it'd be good to play AFL or something, like get higher up in that sport. Because I know a lot about, you know, how to play, like the technique, kicking and hand passing and all that sort of stuff, and knowing, you know, strategies and where to be on the field. So yeah.
What are you doing on the holidays, Hannah?
My mum said that we might be going to the sail show or Melbourne
Oh yeah, sounds good.
to get a new girlfriend for my dog.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so when I'm communicating with my hearing friends, I mean I sign, but I have to go really slowly. I have to finger spell slowly. I use my phone to communicate, and they know, like they know how to communicate with deaf, but it is a little bit hard because the finger spelling, the communication is kind of slow.
Oh, sorry. I'll just get my phone.
Compared to when I'm with my deaf friends, like it's really easy. It's fast, it's free flowing, and we just chat and chat and chat. And it's easy because we know each other, and you know, as deaf. But with hearing, it's not quite the same. Sometimes, like if a hearing friend might ask me to come over and hang out with them or whatever. I mean, I do want to, but what are we going to communicate? Sometimes I sort of go, oh look, I really can't be bothered. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll try, and I'll join in or whatever, and we use our phone and communicate and stuff like that and text. But sometimes I feel like, and sometimes I also use my voice to talk to them as well. But so when I'm with my deaf friends, I feel like really happy because I'm just used to it. We know each other. I feel good. When I'm with hearing, I feel a little bit different. I feel kind of like I'm not used to it. It's a bit I mean, we sign, but it's a bit hesitant, a little bit, we get stuck, a bit confused. It's not sort of free-flowing and an ongoing conversation, if you know what I mean.
Gotta go to class.
Hurry up in there. Will you hurry up in there? Have you finished your homework? You finished your homework? True?
Alright, I'll hand out the assignments, get your books out, and let's get into it quietly, please.
In a mainstream classroom, the way it works is that often a deaf person won't sit towards the back, they'll sit more towards the front because the interpreter will be at the front. So the teacher just speaks as she normally does in the classroom, like she usually does. She doesn't speak directly to the interpreter, she just speaks to the class as normal, and the interpreter will relay that information through Auslan to the deaf student, to me, and then the same. If I sign, then the interpreter will voice, meaning say what I signed to the teacher.
Where are we up to?
I'm just going back to check on number 6.
Okay.
Check. I think I've missed
Good.
something there.
All right. So that makes sense about interviewing Johnny Depp, what you imagine he would, when he's in role play for his scenes. That makes sense.
But we also use video conferencing with the Victorian College of the Deaf, and that's actually quite a different situation. There is an interpreter there, there is no need because everybody signs, so you actually don't need an interpreter for any of that. So everybody just signs the class. It's just, the video conferencing is used because Victorian College of the Deaf is in Melbourne and we want to participate in their class. So we have a big screen that's a video conference screen, and we just join in their class together.
How are you today? What can I get for you? A hot chocolate? No. Don't understand. A milkshake? What flavour? Vanilla? Okay.